It was knocked away by Thompson, then picked up a second time, and Ferguson moves out. George Ferguson over the line, being checked by Thompson. Right in front of the Detroit goal. I believe Polonich is the one who scored into his own goal.
No doubt about
Polonich was trying to turn it to the corner and fired it by Vachon.
No doubt about that. Ferguson was hooked by Thompson. The puck just slides through, and Dennis Polonich makes a play on it. He wanted to get it away from the net, but he put it right inside the post.
Taken by McAdam. He was stopped by St-Laurent. Back on the line. Reed Larson hands it off to Miller with a shot. And that's knocked down. It came right out in front to St-Laurent. He scores! And the Wings have tied it.
A glove goaltender. He appears as though he doesn't see the puck real early, and then he's got an awful fast catching hand. Swipes that glove out and makes the big save.
There's going to be a penalty coming up to Willie Huber.
Willie Huber just runs in paradise along the wall. Got his elbow and a stick up a little too high. Wound up getting the penalty. Gives the Pittsburgh club a chance to go ahead in the hockey game.
Still the play stays in the Detroit end. Ross Lonsberry dumping it into the corner. Kehoe tried to play it back. He did to Lonsberry, and that hit a player out in front of the Detroit goal and goes in. And what can you do for Rogie Vachon? I believe it went on off Perry Miller that time. LeBratton circles in behind the Pittsburgh goal. Plays it back on the line for Reed Larson with a shot, and Heron stopped that. Nedemansky had it out in front. Now Larson knocked it down at the blue line. Another shot. He scores! Back into the Detroit zone. Perry Miller tied him up. Ferguson went in after it. Here's Malone circling out in front with a shot. Vachon stopped it, and there's player in the rebound. Now Lonsberry tied up by Thompson. Still they battle along the boards after it. Sticks up a little high. Miller and Lonsberry do some shoving. Play goes in behind the Detroit net, and Miller played it out on the right side. It was knocked down by Kehoe. Back on the line to Campbell with a shot, and it went wide. Puck off the board. Darrell Thompson picked it up. And now there's a bit of stick swinging out in front of the goal. Kindrachuk and St-Laurent, and Perry Miller was flying through the air and took out another Pittsburgh player. It's St-Laurent and Kindrachuk who are trying to get at each other. The referee is in between them. But Perry Miller made a move I haven't seen in a long time. He took a flying leap through the air and came down heavily on a Pittsburgh player who was seemingly, I guess, moving in after St-Laurent. So,
I don't know what started this even, Bruce. There was some stick swinging out in front of the net, in front of Vachon, and it was St. Laurent with a couple Pittsburgh players. Errol Thompson's very much in this now, too, trying to hold another player,
Colin Campbell,
out of the group on the ice. But Perry Miller comes from 40 feet and just jumped in. He's liable to go.
He took Lonsberry out, and still they're doing a lot of shoving. Errol Thompson and Dennis Polonich is right there, too. It's one of the Penguin players acts like he wants to get to him, and now the linesmen move in between Polonich and Colin Campbell again.
Pittsburgh had the pressure on, and there were a couple of shots wild, and St. Laurent was wrapped up with Kindrachuk out in front of the net, and actually I think St. Laurent was the one that got started. They took a jab at one another with their sticks because the play was coming out of the zone.
Well, there was a great deal of debris thrown down on the ice, so it's going to take a while.
Perry Miller just comes back. Well, there's a whole pileup of players, and Perry Miller makes a flying leap over St. Laurent and jumps right on to Kindrachuk. And then Colin Campbell comes in with Aaron Thompson wrapped around him to try to keep him out of it. Reed Larson, not too active, he grabs a hold of Bladen to try and keep him out of it. Dennis Polonich is just actually holding a player out of the action.
Referee Dave Newell is taking a lengthy time to assess penalties. And I think Perry Miller is going to get a third man in. He's going to get a game misconduct. Well, the penalties are thus. Kindrachuk and St-Laurent, 5 minutes apiece for spearing. Colin Campbell gets 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct penalty. Dennis Polonich, 2 minutes for roughing. And Perry Miller, a game misconduct for being third man in. This all takes place at 6 minutes and 8 seconds of the second period. Pittsburgh leads the hockey game by a score of 3-2. Willie Huber picks up an interference call at 12 minutes 57 seconds from the face-off. A shot by Carlisle, knocked away by Vachon. And Kehoe came in and just picked up an empty puck. They take the puck in along the boards, hold it there. It's knocked away. Here's St-Laurent with it. He put it right out in front. It came back to St-Laurent, moving out in front, and Heron has stopped him. He's down on top of the puck, and now here we go with more shoving, and now Tom Bladen swinging away at Dennis Polonich. Polonich trying to hold on, and then Polonich got a right hand loose, and he is spelling away at Big Tom Bladen. Now Bladen has Polonich's jersey pulled up over him, and still Polonich has got that right hand loose, and he is landing on Tom Bladen. It's a Mutt and Jeff affair, but Bladen, who was doing all the swinging, he's got Polonich at a disadvantage with a jersey up over the head, but Dennis began to land punch after punch, and now the two lines will move in between them.
I'm not a fight judge, but I'll give this decision to Dennis Polonich.
I didn't think he was going to throw a punch.
He took the first 4 or 5 punches, but then he come back like a gangbuster. He hit Bladen, I'll bet 8 or 10 times. Well, it was a play where the Wings had an excellent scoring chance. Polonich and St. Laurent made a pass back and forth, and Polonich got hit from behind. St. Laurent couldn't get the puck up, and as Polonich tried to get into see if there was a loose play, Bladen picked on Polonich and took 2 or 3 pokes before Dennis even made a swing at him. But he come back like no little fighter I've ever seen, and he hit him about, I'm going to say 6 or 8 right on the button. And at no time does he lose balance. He's got to really have his balance. Polonich is going to the dressing room. I don't know if that's a case that he was cut. It could very well be, but...
Well, it could also be 5-minute penalties.
Yes, that's right, with 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go.
Paul Woods holds it in, goes into the corner with Carlisle. Woods coming out with the puck, a minute to go in the period. That puck jammed in along the boards. Hamel stopped it at the line, took the shot, he scores! Danny Bolduc cutting right out in front of Heron, but I believe the shot went in cleanly from Hamel, and the Wings back into it. It is 4-3. Harper to McCourt, and the Wings never got it over the line. It's still deep in the Detroit end. Harper took a pretty good bump from Lonsberry. That puck jammed in along the boards, and Terry Harper and Lonsberry had the elbows up high. So the end of the game with a final score. Pittsburgh Penguins 4, the Detroit Red Wings 3.